Remember that younger version of yourself, full of dreams and wonder, untouched by the weight of the world. They looked at life with endless possibilities, unhindered by the limits and rules that would later try to bind you. That version of you, full of fire and curiosity, knew no bounds. Now, as you stand here today, it's time to remember that spirit and do something that honors it. Do it for them. Do it for the part of you that still believes in greatness. Younger, you didn't understand the importance of clear and healthy habits. But now, you know, a life without structure, without direction, leads to emptiness. Discipline isn't just a routine. It's a weapon, a shield, a force that can shape your path. Each habit you choose, whether it's waking up early, reading, or pushing your limits, is a building block. It's a promise to that younger self, a commitment that you won't let their dreams fall by the wayside. Every time you choose a good habit, you're creating a version of yourself that younger you would look up to. A life without patience and consistency is a life ruled by fleeting highs and crashing lows. When you were young, it was easy to get frustrated, to want everything right now. But greatness isn't built overnight. It's forged slowly, through resilience and steady progress. The road is long and sometimes painful, but each step forward, each moment of perseverance, is a testament to your younger self's dreams. They wouldn't want you to give up. They wouldn't want you to settle. They'd want you to fight, to push through the discomfort, and to understand that the best things are earned over time. The mind is a powerful thing. Younger, you might not have known this, but today you can use it to your advantage. Your mindset shapes your reality. It's the lens through which you see the world. When you decide to adapt, to grow, to face obstacles head-on, you're setting an example. You're proving to your younger self that they were right to believe in the possibilities. Adaptability is strength. It's the flexibility to bend without breaking, to shift when the world demands it. This power to adapt will carry you through the dark times and help you rise stronger than ever. Life will throw storms your way. It will challenge you, test you, and try to strip away your dreams. But in those moments, remember who you're doing this for. Think back to the younger you who once saw every challenge as an adventure. They knew no fear, only wonder. Carry that wonder forward, even when things seem bleak. When you face hardship, let it fuel you. Let it remind you of the promise you made to honor that pure, untouched part of yourself that believed you could do anything. Make a mark that younger you would be proud of. Live in a way that makes them say, yes, that's who I wanted to become. Too many people let their dreams die, swallowed by routine and conformity. But you have the power to change that. You have the power to build a life that feels true to the core of who you are. Life is too precious to live in the shadows. Step forward. Claim your space, and remember that the journey is worth it if it's true to your heart. Younger, you deserves a role model, a version of you who doesn't just survive but thrives, who embraces life with the same energy they once had. They dreamed of more than a life of quiet desperation. They dreamed of a life filled with purpose, strength, and passion. Don't let those dreams die. Turn them into reality, piece by piece, every single day. This world may try to convince you to settle, to be satisfied with mediocrity, but you know better. Deep down, you remember that younger self, the one who didn't care about limits or expectations. That part of you is still alive, waiting for you to acknowledge it. Do it for them. Honor their dreams, and let those dreams fuel a life that is as limitless as they once imagined. Forgiveness, Such a fragile word, yet filled with power. Forgive your younger self, the one who stumbled, who fell prey to naivety, who dared to dream but didn't yet have the claws to defend those dreams. Younger, you may have been misguided, making choices that left scars and shadows. But hold no grudge. Instead, grant them the mercy they never knew to ask for. That younger self was only trying, learning, caught in a whirlwind of unknowns. Let them rest. In their mistakes and missteps lies the foundation of your strength. Let their errors be absolved, for they have already paid the price. Believe. Now, that's a weapon. Believe in the self you are now, armed with knowledge hard-won and scars proudly worn. In the current moment, you are the most dangerous version of yourself because you hold all the experience of your past and the potential of your future. Do not hesitate to trust in this present self, shaped by pain, tempered by resilience. There is a raw power in the one who has weathered storms and emerged standing unbroken. To believe in yourself now is to set the stage for everything that follows. This present self is not to be doubted, but to be wielded as a force, a catalyst for the next transformation. Creating your future self requires something darker, a relentless drive to mold every setback, every wound, into something extraordinary. The future self is no mere dream. It is an entity you summon, a creation forged in your image yet beyond anything you've been. Vision alone is insufficient. There must be sacrifice, discipline, and obsession. This future self waits, taking shape in the shadows of your mind, fueled by every choice you make, every ounce of discipline, every drop of sweat. It is ruthless work, bending destiny to your will, carving your essence into what is yet to come. Your past self laid the stones. Your present self walks the path. Your future self is the temple you are building, piece by brutal piece. And know this: each time you forgive your past, believe in the present, and sculpt the future, you become closer to embodying that ultimate self, a force unto yourself, untamed and undeniable. The world may try to impose its own rules and structures, but they mean nothing to one who has become the architect of their own fate. So let your past linger only as a reminder of what no longer holds you. Let the current self be the relentless warrior who rises each day, carving a new path. And let the future self wait patiently in the distance, knowing that it is destined for greatness, crafted with intent, and brought to life by a will that refuses to falter. This is the trinity of transformation. Forgive, believe, create. Embrace the dark beauty of this journey, for it is only through this path that you attain true power, true freedom, and a life that leaves a shadow of legend behind. The weak will dwell on what could have been, but not you. Your focus is forward, sharpened, with no mercy for the limitations of yesterday. The world will see only the final form, and by then it will be too late for anyone to understand what it took to get there. They will witness only the finished masterpiece, never the relentless hours of creation. And in that moment, when all falls silent, and you stand as the vision you once dreamed, you'll know that every part of the journey was worth it. You were the one who chose to forgive, to believe, to create, a choice that transformed you into a force that bows to nothing. A pressure, the invisible hand that molds the soft into steel, that squeezes potential from the ordinary, that shatters the weak and reforges the strong. No pressure, no diamonds. Without the weight, the relentless force bearing down, there's only mediocrity, empty, fragile, and hollow. But embrace the pressure. Let it press into every fiber of your being, and something unbreakable emerges. Diamonds are born from a crucible, from forces so intense that lesser forms would crumble into dust. This is the price of greatness. Welcome it. To be forged into something rare is not a gentle process. It's relentless, ruthless, stripping away weakness and comfort. Pressure leaves no room for illusions, no tolerance for doubt. It is both a torment and a gift. Under its weight, you are given a choice. Collapse or rise harder than you were before. There's a beauty in that violence, in the way pressure demands transformation. It is a test only the worthy endure. It shows no mercy, gives no reprieve, but the reward for those who withstand it is power, brilliance, and clarity beyond comprehension. This is not a path for the faint-hearted. It's a path that will strip you bare and rebuild you as something unbreakable. Feel the weight, let it press down, and embrace the chaos it brings. Weakness burns away in that furnace. Excuses melt, and all that's left is raw, refined strength. Those who shrink from pressure will never know the depths of their potential, and they will walk through life as shadows. But those who embrace it, who lean into it, find that it sculpts them, sharpens them, until they become something far more valuable, something that commands respect and attention. Under pressure, you do not merely survive, you emerge, untouchable, resilient. A testament to what the human spirit can endure. When you look back, the trials will appear as mere stepping stones, each one a brick in the fortress of your resolve. The world fears those who can face pressure without flinching. They become forces beyond comprehension, relentless, disciplined, impossible to ignore. They become the ones who shatter ceilings, who break molds, who redefine what's possible. Let others live in comfort. Let them take the path of least resistance. But remember, comfort breeds only complacency. Diamonds, forged by pressure, endure forever. The world thrives on balance and compromise, but there is no room for either if you seek the highest peaks. In those rarefied heights, only the strong survive. The ones who bear pressure without complaint, who understand that the weight itself is what brings value. Those who fear it will never know true brilliance. But you wear the marks of pressure proudly, the scars of resilience, the hardened edges that cut through the noise and nonsense of ordinary lives. There's a satisfaction that comes from this transformation, an almost villainous thrill in knowing you've been tested by forces others couldn't fathom, and you've emerged untamed. The world might recoil at the lengths you're willing to go, at the weight you carry willingly, but what do they know of strength? What do they know of endurance? For they are pebbles, and you are a diamond, gleaming coldly, untouched, and eternal. Let them live in their safe illusions. You know what pressure has made of you. You know that the fire, the crushing, the relentless grind has brought forth something beautiful, something dark, something unstoppable. No pressure, no diamonds. And once you've been through it, you wear that darkness like armor, an aura that speaks of battles won, of unyielding resolve. The world may watch, in awe or in fear, but the diamond cares not. It simply shines, cold, untouchable, unbreakable. This is your path, your victory, your transformation. And nothing in the universe can match the brilliance of a soul that has turned pressure into power. Motivation is a fleeting thing, a spark in the darkness, a momentary fire that, if left alone, dims to embers and fades. People cling to it like it's a miracle, waiting for it to strike them anew each morning. But those who understand its nature know better. Motivation is no savior. It's a weapon, sharp but requiring upkeep, discipline, and yes, daily sharpening. Like bathing, motivation is something to drench yourself in relentlessly. Wait too long, and the grime of apathy builds up. The weight of inaction grows. To stay in motion requires will, an obsession with fueling the fire long after that initial spark fades. The weak hope motivation will carry them, clinging to fleeting moments of inspiration as though they're lifelines. They sit, waiting for motivation to save them, to do the work for them, as though it's some external force. The strong know better. They feed their own fire. Each day they stoke it, breathe life into it, for they know that idle hands lead only to rust. Waiting for motivation to show up is weakness. A true force, a relentless being, demands it, feeds on it, day after day, until it becomes a part of their essence, a rhythm as regular and as necessary as breath. Relying on motivation alone is a child's game. The hardened know motivation is just the primer. Discipline is the fire. Discipline to push even on days when the world seems devoid of energy, when every cell cries for comfort. They push, they conquer, they burn, and in that darkness, in that relentless pursuit, motivation becomes unnecessary. It becomes instinct, a habit. You no longer need to feel like moving forward because it is what you do, who you are. Motivation fades. It crumbles like dust in your hands if left to its own devices. But when you cultivate it, discipline it, make it bow to your will, it becomes something far darker, something unbreakable. Bath in it, cleanse yourself in the fire of ambition every day. Let that obsession drive you, a force so habitual, so essential that missing it would feel like holding your breath. Imagine, to others, your resolve is frightening, monstrous. They don't understand the hunger that never ceases, the need to press forward, to grow, to dominate. Let others become mere spectators to their lives, waiting for motivation to lift them, to guide them. They wait in vain, held captive by their own weakness. But those who know, those who are relentless, take it daily, a medicine, a ritual, a weapon they hone. They are never without it because they create it themselves, day after day. They do not wait for permission. They do not wait for that fleeting spark. They strike the flint, summon the fire, and harness it until it is a part of their very blood. Those who depend on fleeting whims of motivation are slaves to the unknown. But not you. You carry it with you, summoned at will, a daily armor against the world. This is the path of those who refuse to be bound by the ordinary, who rise each day ready to conquer. Motivation is not an occasional ally. It is a captive, something you wield, control, sharpen each day. And in that daily baptism of fire, you are forged, relentless, unyielding, a creature of will who relies not on chance, but on choice. Every day you choose to awaken that power, and every day you become untouchable.